Beer judges attempt to be completely objective about the quality of beers that are provided in competitions. Beer judges tend to look at things in terms of beer styles and how close to authentic quality a beer is. Inevitably, we also get concerned about the actual condition of the beer, which I think is a shame in competitions, because sometimes you know you're drinking beers that probably are better than that, but not enough attention has been paid to sending them to the competition. So maybe they've got some light strike, maybe they've got some old stock, maybe there's something happened.
Hello, my name is Tomasz Kopyra. I'm from Poland. I'm head of jury of the Craft Brewers Competition Poland, konkurs piw rzemieślniczych, Craft Roku, and I organize the judging of our craft beers in our biggest competition in Poland. I've been one of the first Polish beer judges. My exam was in 2012. I was in the first part, then I judged in many foreign competitions, in the World Beer Cup, in US, in Craft Beer Cup competition in Japan, in European Beer Star in Germany. There I find some solution which we implement in our competition.
Hi, I'm Luc de Rademaker. I'm the co-founder and director of Brussels Beer Challenge, the biggest and only, of course, Belgian beer competition. So a beer judge is somebody that likes beer, not only to drink it, but only to evaluate beer. He comes to a competition, he tasted the beer, he fills in a score sheet, and he gives his final score and his remarks and his comment to the brewer. Beer drinking can be fun, beer judging can be fun, but it's a serious job and it needs qualified people.
Most beer judges, I think, come at it from a background of trying to be perfectionist about whether the beer is made perfectly. I think a lot of judges who are brewers come from that perspective. I come from a consumer perspective. I'm less concerned about whether the beer is completely flawless. I'm more concerned about whether it works.
So there is one table captain at each table. It's like the most experienced judge at the table. He collects all the sheets of the judges. He's giving to the steward who serves the table. The stewards go, we call it like our RT center, and there we have like a few persons. They put in the scores of the beer in a database, and there is processed. This is like a second, let's say, second control to avoid mistakes, and then like the score sheet is handed over to the table captain. Then the table captain can decide, of course, with his fellow judges, to have like gold, silver, bronze, or if there is a discussion, he can ask for a repour, 5 or 6 beers, and then to decide what's the best beer.
There are a lot of people who say, well, a beer is just personal opinion. It's whether you like it or not. But the thing that's impressed me over many years is that when you've got people who are pretty experienced beer drinkers, the extent to which people agree about quality and scores is much greater than you would think. And it's quite rare to get beers that will split people. You know, we'll all agree it's in the 70%, the 80%, the 60%, etc. But it's rare to have 50% and 80% about the same beer, unless it is that thing I was saying earlier, that some people are judging it on its authenticity to style, and other people are judging it on whether they think it's just a good beer.
I am the technical manager from the Brazilian National Beer Competition since 2 years. The Brazilian National Beer Competition is the third largest beer competition in the world, only for craft Brazilian brewers. We do 3 days competitions with more than 4,000 beers. Again, only Brazilians, only craft beers. In our competition, the flights, maximum number of beer per flight is 12 beers. So in the table of the judges, can arrive 1, 2, 3, 4 until 12 beers. And the beers comes in a glass, white label, only with a code that the judges don't know about this code, of course, only us from the organization. And the judges start to judging this beer, to tasting this beer and talking about the appearance, the smell, the taste, the aftertaste and general comments. So in our competition, each beer is judged by the judges. Is a blinding judging. The judge knows only the style of the beer, but he don't know the name of the brand, from where, from who did it, when was produced. So the competition is the judging competition is always in a blind sessions.
Of course, the brewer has to register their beers in the right category. For Brussels Beer Challenge, you're around 90-95 categories. The brewer is choosing the right category for his beer. If he doesn't know it or have doubts, he can ask questions, we can help him, we can guide him. That's the first step. The second step is sending the beer to Brussels. We are in our warehouse. The beers arrive and within like 3 to 4 hours, the beer is stored in a conditioned environment. It's 15-16 degrees, it's always dark, so the beer is stored in almost perfect conditions. Every beer gets, of course, checked by the name, gets a QR code, gets labeled, and then the beers are put in the right category. We do a check. The beers are put in a flight, and to every jury table, a jury table is composed of 5 to 6 people. Depending on the competition, in Brussels Beer Challenge we do 5, sometimes 6. And then the beer is completely served in the preparation room. Then the server goes to the table and gives the beer to the judges. It's completely blind, anonymous. The judges only knows it's beer number 1 from category X. For instance, is the first beer from triple category. Is the second beer from the triple category. Is the third beer from the triple category. He doesn't know the origin. He doesn't know the brand. He doesn't know anything about the producer. It's completely blind and anonymous. That's very, very important.
Trends in beer competitions, well, there's just a hell of a lot of hazy beers. There's a hell of a lot of, I won't say sour beers, I'll say soured beers, beers made sour. And then beers that have got very little in common with beer. They are fruit juices that have got a little bit of beer in them, and some are dry and some are sweet. And I was recently judging in a competition. I refused to give any medals to any of these beers because none of them tasted like beer. So you get, even if you get a really good Old Creek with lots of cherries in it, you've still got the lambic in there and it's balancing with the cherries. So there is authenticity to that beer. But some of these beers they're basically fruit extract or fruit essence or fruit flavoring. And they qualify for being a beer because somewhere there's a beer in there, but I can't find what the beer is and I can't find how these fruits are improving that beer or adjusting that beer in a good way. So that's a new thing that I see coming through I'm not entirely supportive of.
Oh, it's a mixture. In Brussels Beer Challenge, you only can become a judge on invite. As part of the Brussels Beer Management as director, I and my business partners, we invite people. Of course, people can send their CV or they can ask, can I be a judge? And then we ask for the CV of the person. And we ask 5 references from people in the beer industry to back up his claim to be a judge. Of course, a lot of people want to be judges. Not every person is qualified to be a beer judge. People think it's fun drinking beer, I love drinking beer, but judging is hard work. And you need to be serious, you need to be concentrated, and you have to know your stuff. You have to know some serious background in the beer industry for many years before you can be a beer judge.
The last Brazilian National Beer Competition was held in March 2023 with 141 judges from 24 countries.
My advice for beginning beer judges is that you have to try to get to any competition. If it's not easy at the beginning because you are not enough experience, start as a steward, as someone who serve beer at the competition. Then try to judge at the homebrewers competition, and then when you will be well known among other judges, probably you will have invitation to bigger competitions, for example like ours.
Yes, this year we start a program to be more inclusive and in the competition area with the judges, of course. So in the first time in South America we have a deaf judge. Was a really challenge for us, and I guarantee that we learn more than the deaf judge, because with this deaf judge he brings, of course, a person who translates our arguments to him and his argument to us, and work with him in the judging table. So it was a really good experience, was a challenge for us, and we are very, very proud and happy to have this deaf judge with us.
Probably main problem will be if many judges couldn't come at time to Krakow, because we had a lot of problems with some flights and so on, but finally it's only 1 or 2 judges who are late, so everything is going smoothly, and this is something which is really concerning me.
It's very simple. Look at the beer. Color, carbonation, foam. Take a smell at the beer. Try to find the aromas of the beer, the scent of the beer. Sometimes it's very easy because the beer is overwhelming. Otherwise, the nose will be very discreet, even shy. Then take a sip of the beer, taste the beer, mouthfeel, alcohol, volume, the basic taste, the final, the aftertaste, etc. And then try to find like the technical quality of the beer. And then last but not least, try to see if the beer is correct for the style guidelines. You can have like the perfect Russian Imperial Stout. If you enter the Russian Imperial Stout in a category called Pils, now you won't get the medal. So for brew, it's also very important to choose the right category. That's the way we do it.
Oh, I'm getting so old that I don't look forward to anything really. There are certain events I like to go to because I know it's going to be full of very great for networking, great for meeting old friends, great for attracting the sort of judges I like to talk to, because I think they've got a big brain in their heads and they've done a lot of thinking and they've had a lot of experiences and they know what's going on, so they're always interesting to talk to. So, I mean, for me, Brussels Beer Challenge is the best. Mainly because it's about Belgium, but it attracts beers and judges from all over the world. But that, I think, was the first one to start saying, this is only about excellence. And from that, others have grown. And it's good to see even quite young beer competitions learning off other beer competitions. Even quite experienced beer competition organizers make mistakes from time to time. And the best ones are the ones who say, how am I going to not make, well, recognize they make a mistake. How am I going to not make a mistake like that again? And learn from each other. And there is a sort of community of beer competitions that's beginning to grow up. But still there are some that come from completely different backgrounds. I usually go to the Meininger craft beer competition in Germany. And Meininger is mainly a wine competition company. They've just got a German craft beer. I think it's all German. Maybe, I can't remember to be honest. But it certainly started off all German craft beers. And that's a good competition because it's run, it doesn't seem to have much in common with anything else, but they're very organized at running events that are about judging alcoholic drinks. So that has a different dimension to it. But like all the great competitions, they understand the importance of networking. If you want good people there, invite other good people there, and they'll want to come for the conversation.